We're in Washington DC, more specifically Georgetown, to track down the iconic filming locations of the 1973 classic, The Exorcist. The movie actually opens with a shot panning down from Regan's bedroom down on the street at night. It's incredible to see it. It looks quite a bit different, but that's for a couple reasons. One, the premise of some of the plot of the movie is that there's an attic, and this house doesn't have an attic, so they actually had to build onto the top of it to give it an attic. So that's why the top doesn't look quite the same. It's very flat now. The other thing is that the stairs are just right down that way. And in order for someone to be able to fall down the stairs, they had to basically extend a wing out on the house. So there's no wing, it's just what you see right there, and they've added a lot of trees probably for some privacy. It's also worth noting that they didn't actually do any filming inside the house, so I don't know what the inside looks like, but it does not look like the set, I'm sure. That was, I believe, filmed in New York. I love that the gate is open, but the people who own the house are inside eating breakfast, so I don't want to linger too long. It is really neat that in real life, the stairs are right next to the house. However, we're not going to go look at those just yet. We're going to try to follow the movie mostly in chronological order. Cardi hears the church bells, and it's making her anxious. This right here is Healy Hall. This is where Chris is filming her movie, and Father Karras stops to watch the filming for a moment. In the scene, Chris would go walking past the statue up to those stairs right there.
Action! Hasn't there been enough killings? Is this your campus? And action, Chris. I've seen enough killing in my lifetime.
This campus was founded in 1789, which I think makes it the oldest Catholic school in the United States, or at least the oldest Catholic college in the United States. While Chris is giving her speech, you see this long zoom out where Father Karras is walking away, but he stops to watch her again. I think it's still the same, where it's pavement and then it turns into brick, and that's where Father Karras rounds the corner right there. We get this shot of Healy Hall from the other direction. And it shows him walking down this way. He passes in front of this door right here. The campus is gorgeous. I think it's, part of what makes the movie stand out. It's a very iconic location that they filmed it at. And I think what's interesting is that William Peter Blatty, the author of the book, he actually went to school here in the 1940s and wrote the book based on a story that he heard about a demonic possession of a boy when he was going to school here. So it's really neat that it's not only where it was filmed, where the story takes place, but also that it relates to a story that the author heard about. I guess they also use the campus for interior shots as well, but we can't get inside today. It's not open right now, but it does look beautiful. It looks like Hogwarts in there. I don't know about you, but I feel like the Gothic revival look to it adds to the creepiness of the film.
Yeah, that's fair.
After she was done filming, which would have been right up there, she comes down these stairs right here. You can see more of this, I think, right there, but there's a tree here that wasn't there, so you can't see that tower as well. She comes down and she tells her driver that she's gonna walk. Her house is just a couple blocks away, like it's just around the corner. But you know, movie magic. She's got to walk all over town first. She comes walking right down here and crosses the street here and heads down the street. But in actuality, it's that way that the next scene is. Chris would have come right around this corner, walking down past those houses right there. She walks right through in here. You can tell because it's these 3 stairwells, and then there's like a little short house with a little shorter stairwell. This is Christ Episcopal Church. This is probably the furthest location from the other ones. This is where Chris would have first seen Father Karras. She comes walking this way, doing what I think is like practicing her acting or something. And there was a sign, I think, of the church right here. And it's in this little courtyard right here that she sees him talking. If these are the same trees, they would have been fairly recently planted during the filming, and they're quite a bit larger now. There is an actual church service going on inside right there, so we won't get to see the inside of this church. However, I don't believe it was used in the movie anyways. They actually used the interior for filming in the next chapel we're checking out. This is the Dalgren Chapel. This is the chapel that is here on campus at Georgetown. There's a scene where a priest is carrying flowers into the church. You can see part of the structure in the movie, which I would not have expected this to still be here, but it is. But what else is here is a big old tent. He walks around the side and uses this side entrance. I mean, I figured the side entrance would be locked. This one is actually open. We're gonna get a peek of inside. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful in here. That door right there is the door he came in. It looks different, but you can tell that this is the inside that they actually used this chapel. They would have walked right up there, putting the flowers out. And it would have been right over here that he would have seen the defiled Virgin Mary. There's a scene where Father Karras is running and the detective comes and talks to him. And this location, honestly, it's pretty confusing. We came up this hill. We are not on like ground level anymore. You can see there's like another field down there. And so this is the same location. There's a field here, but it's not the right field. It's not exactly right. So like the bleachers would have been right here. You can see that is a little planetarium, a little observatory here at Georgetown. And you can see that in the background, but it's definitely not the right angle because this whole field used to be lower. There are several fields around, like there's another field right there, which I think might even be in the background. Once Karras and the detective are leaving, I think that they might come walking over this way, like maybe where we're standing is where tennis courts used to be. Honestly, it's a mystery to me because I am not familiar with Georgetown University. I'm not familiar with what it used to be like, but clearly a lot has changed. So if you have more of an idea of what's going on with the fields and like where exactly things were filmed in those scenes, please leave a comment and let me know, because I would like to get this right, but I'm struggling with this one. I just noticed that over back towards the chapel, there is a little cemetery back there. This little observatory is really neat though. This is the bridge where Chris and Father Karras first meet. She's standing right about over here waiting for him. He would have come walking up and they would have met right about here.
Chris McNeil. Please go away. I'm Father Karras.
I believe that they rounded right here. I think that there used to be steps right here.
Where? Harvard, Bellevue.
Something so interesting I was reading about is that this and many other little bridges along Georgetown like it cross the C&O towpath, which has a very fascinating history. This was built between, I think, 1828 and 1850, and this canal was how they used to get coal all the way from West Virginia down here to heat homes. And I think it runs like 185 miles. It starts in Cumberland, Maryland, and ends right here in Georgetown. Now you will mostly just see a bunch of people walking and running. It's worth noting that although you can't see it, the house is just right up there. This is the bridge that you see in that opening shot. Which, by the way, we couldn't get footage of on our way in, but you can actually see the house and the stairs from the bridge. The first time we get a glimpse of the stairs, it's just a kind of a glimpse from far away, is when Chris is driving home and you can see all this like hubbub with you know, sirens and people crowded here, and it turns out it's because Burke has fallen down the stairs. The first time that we get a really good look of the stairs though is when the detective comes walking over here, and you can still see what looks like Burke's blood on the ground. And he stops and he stares up at the stairs. I don't know about you, but I find it rather creepy that the stairs look pretty much the same. I guess the stairs were actually constructed in 1895 to connect the upper and lower streets. And I think that this right here is the car barn for Georgetown University, or at least it was. And I guess it was built around the same time. In the scene where Father Karras leaps down the stairs, I was reading that they actually covered the stairs with rubber, a layer of rubber, so that they could film that stunt. There's even a plaque right here saying, "These are the Exorcist steps." It's also reading online that people ask Google if this is, or ask the internet if these are the same stairs that the Joker went down. They're not. Those stairs are in, I think, Brooklyn. They're somewhere in New York City, so if you're looking for the Joker stairs, you will not find them here. There's this sign here at the top of the stairs that says that not only is Georgetown a filming location of The Exorcist, but a lot of other movies too. Minority Report, Dave, Enemy of the State, all kinds of movies. At the end of the film, Father Dyer stops at the McNeil house as they are on their way out. There would have been a shot of him standing out there, looking over, making eye contact, which we will not be getting. Don't want to go into their yard.
I hope I see you.
I hope so. Father Dyer?
Chris gives him a medallion that belonged to Father Karras. He starts to make his way back down the stairs. Actually looks like in the movie you could see the background of the skyline, but because they have understandably put so much shrubage and trees in there that you can't see anything anymore. He gets over by Reagan's window and contemplates, I guess, his life choices. He contemplates whether he's gonna go down the stairs or not, and I think wise decision. He opts to come back, and it is in making his way back around the corner that he meets the detective for the first time. You can see the car barn in the background.
How's the girl? She seemed fine.
They exchange a few words and start to go their separate ways. And then they end up crossing the street together to get some lunch. The bar that Father Karras gets drinks at is that bar right across the way, the Tombs. I don't think they ever show the exterior, but that's the bar, and coincidentally, it's just around the corner from the house. Sadly, this place is not currently open. However, one really cool thing is that this is also the bar in real life that inspired the bar in St. Elmo's Fire. We have come full circle, and I want to know, would you live in the Exorcist house? Or would you rather live in the Transformers Lambo house next door? I just am so excited that we were able to actually see these locations. It is such a classic film, and Linda Blair's performance, I mean, all of the actors are fantastic in it, but like Linda Blair's performance is jaw-dropping. And we actually went to a Q&A with her a couple years ago in Portland where they did a screening of the movie, and she just talked about how intense and kind of awful her experience was. And you know, she's moved on from it, she's kind of embraced it, but I feel like just wow, what that would have been like. Like, she fractured her spine during filming because they were like pulling her to contort her in the way that they were, and she was yelling and they didn't know that she had fractured her spine. So when you hear her screaming, she's actually screaming because she broke her back. Just have a lot of respect for Linda Blair, because whew, what a rough childhood she had that kind of stemmed around that movie. So she actually has a foundation called the Linda Blair World Heart Foundation that she just like pours all of her heart into. She goes to cons and all kinds of things, really to like raise awareness about, you know, fighting for bully breeds, fighting for rescue animals, helping to ban legislation or fight legislation against bully breeds, just all kinds of rescue and rehabilitation of animals. So we're gonna leave links below because it's a really cool organization, and if you are a fan of The Exorcist, then I hope that you would consider contributing to it as a way to pay honor to all of the pain and suffering that the movie caused her. If you want to come check out these locations, I highly recommend coming like early Sunday morning. Parking can be a huge pain in the butt in Georgetown. There is free 2-hour street parking around, but it's very hard to find. However, early Sunday morning, I mean probably early in the morning any day, you can come and park and find parking. But Sunday, at least according to the signs that we've seen, you can park longer than 2 hours and it's all free. So that's my advice to you. Plus, lots of people exercise on the stairs, and you'll just see like all kinds of people out and about. So the earlier you get here, the better.